All right. We are starting to have attendees fill in slowly but surely. So we are here on a time. Let's officially kick this off. So good afternoon to everyone. We are glad to have you join us today for the first webinar at Assessment System International for this year. It's awesome to have such a wonderful crowd here. So in the meantime, before start, a little bit of housekeeping. Today's session will last for 60 minutes. And you will use Q&A box to interact with us and ask any question you have. So don't wait till the end. While we are going through the presentation, please feel free to put them in into a Q&A box. Wonderful. Welcome, everybody. My name is Slađana Burić, and I'm executive and co-active coach, senior consultant, trainer, daughter, mother, and a lot of other things. But first and foremost, I'm human. And in all my work, I work from the heart, simply as that. I always had a passion for understanding people, what makes them authentic, and the energy they create behind it. So I will going to be your host and moderate and represent our SMART model. With me is also Violeta Mrdaković-Lučić. She's a partner and country manager at Assessment Systems Adria. Her areas of expertise is HR consulting, primarily in the fields of employee development and selection, team coaching, and legal serious play facilitator. She helps individual clients, teams, and organizations to be more effective, engaged, collaborative, agile, self-aware, confident, and compassionate in all aspects of the work. She's also a human. Welcome, Violeta.
Thank you, Slađana. It sounds as if I'm a Wonder Woman. Actually, I'm not, as you said and suggested. I'm a human. It's great to be here, and I'm looking forward to exchanging as much as possible with all of the participants information and our own experiences related to the new age leadership. Thanks for the intro.
Thank you. Also here is Gabor Fizer, if I pronounce well. He's a country manager at Assessment System Hungary, experience in leading company projects, organization development intervention, diversity initiatives, culture change, values, and strategy immersion, as well as a coaching. He's a thought and a humble leader, in my modest opinion, business educator and senior consultant. And guess what? He's also a human. Welcome, Gabor.
Hello, everybody. Thank you very much for the intro. Actually, I have nothing to add. Maybe, yes, I'm also a father, etc., etc. And yes, I'm happy to contribute to this webinar today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Gabor. So now back to today's session. In order to make the most of a learning experience, we recommend that you turn off all distractions, prepare to take notes, and allow yourself to be fully focused on this topic. And make some notes, maybe to take picture of your notes, send to us, and we will get you the free assessment. So we are having also the first present. So let's start it. Okay, just a moment. So, are you prepared? This is a basic principle and basic premises of the world that we are living. So welcome to the low-touch economy. It's economy that altered by COVID. It's characterized by low touch interaction, health and safety measures, new human behaviors, and permanent industry shifts. So low touch economy is here and to plan to stay. And it requires us to look at different perspective on the world, on ourselves and environment. Another the premises is to welcome to attention economy, where the ability to manage our attention and the quality of our attention is a key to success. So look at you now. You experience distraction and information overload all the time. Phones, tablets, emails, texts, and other distractions. So in a digital age where our ability to pay attention is under siege, we have a problem. So welcome to the attention economy. Another thing which is very important to think about is that there is exponential rate of change out there. So today is probably the slowest day of change you will experience for the rest of your life. You need to get used to. So the world is too complex. There is too much at stake and too much needs to be done, and we cannot do it by ourselves. To succeed, you need a team and the good followers. At the end, we need to be more human than ever. So actually, we need to be more human than ever before. We need people who are able to learn, to to see things beyond possibilities, because out there is unknown threats and also unknown opportunities. This means we have to put human beings first at the center of the heart of our work equation. And that's now let's start with a question. Rather than just talking me, I have some problem with presentation. Please don't bother. I would like you to ask to be sure you are here and to feel that you are human, to probably experience to ask you about your experience with different kind of leadership. So let's try to go to Mentimeter. Please, if we have some kind of technical issue, let me know. Are you seeing my screen?
Yes.
Great.
The presentation.
Still presentation. So let's do it like this. If we are still on presentation, sorry about this. Let's put in Q&A one word that you probably experience working with different. Just think what kind of behaviors have demotivated you in your experience with that kind of different experience and different leaders. So take a look at this. In Q&A box, can you read me a few? Or Gabor, I have some problem. I have a freeze by screen.
Not enough respect towards lower positioned employees. Mm-hmm. Arrogance, for sure.
What more?
Low EQ, low emotional intelligence.
Now I come back. So, okay.
Low self-awareness.
Self-awareness.
Wow.
Great. So it's obvious you have a good sense what is bad leadership, for sure.
Sorry, Slađa, we have one more very important from Karin. She says not able to take feedback.
Great, very important for the awareness. So you have a very good sense of what is bad leadership. That is good things. You know what you shouldn't do. Great. Let's go back on a positive way to share what motivates you, what kind of inspiring leader that you worked with. What kind of inspiring behavior motivates you the most? Put a few words in the Q&A box.
Giving me constructive criticism, feedback, not screaming at me basically for making mistakes, but leading me towards the solution. Yeah, great. Let's see, we have another one. Empathy, care, teamwork. When my manager actively listens to me and supports my long-term goals.
Great. Wonderful answers.
Boundaries. And also great organizational skills, giving continuous feedback and appreciation. Yeah.
Great. That's our all wonderful answers. So here come an interesting things in all of this. And no one actually said that you have inspiring leaders who is a strategic, result-oriented, profit maker, achiever, or he is a good with a spreadsheet, something like that. But all words that you mentioned here are human qualities like you mentioned. This is a very important knowing and what is happening in organizational context and in the concept of leadership. So today, the job of the leaders and organization is creating the condition for people to be happy, feel connected, contribute positively, have a sense of meaning. So traditionally, we have external initiatives like bonus, raises, funky office environments. Now it's hard to imagine that.
I apologize. Obviously, we have some technical difficulties. If it's okay, please be patient for a few seconds for Slađa to come back. Okay, Slađana is coming back in a few seconds. Here she is.
So are we here?
We still are.
Oh, lovely crew. Supporting even in a hard time. That's mean being human. So everything crashed exactly and broken, but it's good that we are still here. I hope that everything will be fine now. I will share screen again. And so let's go to the slide, what is important now. So forget about corner offers. Seeing someone at a desk is a mental shortcut that we use to judge hard work. Now it simply doesn't apply anymore. So organization cannot create this kind of condition. Now we need long-term condition like happiness. So this is a burning platform for a lot of companies. And put strong pressure on leaders, how we show up at work. So I will just put a little bit this Gallup survey from 2016. It shows that three pillars: lack of engagement, lack of happiness, and lack of leadership. So it's very safe to say we are facing a leadership crisis even before COVID. COVID just accelerated things. So look at this. I will just comment this, the first one, lack of engagement. So only 13% of global workforce is engaged and 24% is actively disengaged. So think about it. What does that mean? If we are talking about a company with 100 people within, sitting in a canoe, and they are going, canoe is going in that way. So strategy is there, a mission, results are there, and only 13 people going in that direction. Other 24 are pedaling in another direction, and the rest are, you know, little bit around because they don't really care. They're not actively engaged or disengaged. They don't care. This is very, very sad and very frustrating to know. And if you see this kind of data, that 46 billion is spent on leadership training annually on global rate, the answer is coming by itself. Something is wrong here. So we need something more. We spend a lot of money of leadership and potential training, but we still have employees who are engaged. We still have employees who would forgo a pay raise to see their leader fired. Can you imagine it? That means that our happiness is determined by our leader, not about our inner feeling or about someone else. And that goes to the SMART model. Because of that, we need to train to have something different, to have more human, to have all these principles in our acquisition. So the future of human skill development requires a new model. And be aware that during the crisis, leadership skills required different, leadership development required different skill than in a peaceful time and a regular time, like we are talking about driving strategy, line culture, business process, and etc. In a crisis, we need to maintain a cohesive team, collective spirit, people energized and motivated to be. So we need to differently thinking, feeling, and acting for sure. And look at this model is like flow. because leadership is about people, and people are changing every day. So there is no universal key how to lead people, and there is no universal model, and it's not definite thing. You have to question yourself, your beliefs, your strategies, everything, every day. And this is the model of a flow and consists of self-awareness, meaningful purpose-driven collaboration, adaptivity and agility, resilience, and trust. We will go slightly to all of them to explain a little bit. And after that, I will push the button to the Violetta and Gab. So self-awareness. Self-awareness is a real thing, and there is a lot of talk about what is actually self-awareness. And when we talk about self-awareness, especially from our job, we talk about personality, style, preferences, our traits, strengths, weaknesses, and others. But self-awareness is also to go underneath more, to bring life experience, upbringing, wins, losses, beliefs, our stories, fears, desires, everything is collected, goes to the self-awareness. And it's actually connected with the mind. And for sure, you cannot control your mind. You're not rational. Your mind's creates your reality, and you are not your thoughts. This is very important to know and to realize, because we are coming to this from the self-awareness to self-leadership, to how we manage ourselves. As Peter Drucker said, you cannot manage other people unless you manage your self. So most leadership development and programs, MBA starts with strategy, finance, marketing, and etc. And it is from the end, actually. There starts from the end, like you are building house from the roof. So we need, the first person you need to lead is yourself. And understand who you are as a human being. The only instrument you have as a leader is you. To be effective, you must become master of who you are. So self-awareness, self-leadership. Between those, there is a self-acceptance. And how you're gonna do self-acceptance? Ask what is going on inside you right now. How to manage comfort, it's very important, and what matters to you. This is the first premises. So after inner work, inside job, we are going to the outward, meaningful and purposeful driven collaboration. What is outward? How we are giving meaningful to others. Today we are talking about engagement and satisfaction, and tomorrow we are creating actual real sense of purpose and meaning. What it actually mean that we as a leader need to understand what really matters to human beings. And it's very simple. Answer is simple. We all want to be happy, and we all want to have meaningful life. And so how we, from the perspective of leadership, can give that to the others? By have a clear purpose and idea. Be them oriented, and feelings account. And that is very, very important, especially in these days. So when we are talk about purpose, is very really, has any employee said that their motivation and inspiration from the leader has come from the leader's passion for making money? And we saw that in a poll from the beginning. So purpose is very clear. You need to have purpose. What it actually mean, be them oriented? It's what are dreams and aspiration, what are fears. And when you understand life from their point of view, then you tailor your message to meet their expectations. And feelings account. To be more effective leader, we need to become more attuned to our emotion, as well as those of the people around us. Because This may come as a surprise, but as a leader, we are not rational as we think. As I mentioned before, we are not leading rational beings so much as leading their emotions. So feelings count. The third one is adaptability and agility. It's actually leaders need to be zoom out, zoom in, zoom out, zoom in. We need to try adapt beginner's mind. Listen carefully, ask more questions to challenge assumption, and to try to have I like to say naive child, to be a naive child and to question everything and to exercise our imagination, because out there I will imagine there is a unknown threat and unknown opportunities. We need to be more change enablement, not change manager, or to forget about change management. We need to be change enablement. What it actually that means is like, I will use this metaphor, like you're following a new recipe because someone has told you it's a very good taste, that cake, for example. That is a change management. You follow recipe and etc. But change enabler is that you go to the market or fresh food market and selecting ingredients and to try to find a recipe to bring all that ingredients together and to make something delicious. So that is a change enabling. Trying something new, calculating risk. That is what we need now. This is a three pillar of adaptability: cognitive, emotional, and dispositional. So we need all blended. And resilience. Today, our resilience is tested more than ever, and this is a must-have skills for these days. So this is one of my favorite topics, and I really research a lot of this. And I will tell you the three characteristics that is resilient people possess. Staunch acceptance of reality, deep belief that life is meaningful, and uncanny ability to improvise. So this is a basic. And resilience require your whole self. So you bring your whole self and exercise, and need to be strong in a mental agility, emotional balance, physical endurance, and to have purpose. This is really must have skills for these days. Being able to increase your resilience and be aware that you cannot increasing these skills and ability in a certain time. You have to exercise resilience before things are happening. And the last one, but is very important, because this is from my experience working with a lot of performance feedback and 360 feedback as a leader. The quality of trustworthiness of being true blue is the area in which you want to receive the highest rating in your performance. So without trust, nothing else you do matters. Your good work, your creativity, your brilliance will always be suspected. So trust matters. And I will put look at this number. It is from Paul Zak, professor of economics, psychological management from Claremont University. And he researched trust for more than 10 years and looked this number. It's really saying that the trust matters. 70 more in alignment with their company purpose and etc. So the importance of the trust in today's workplace should not be underestimated. And I think that then we went to the remote work, trust was the first in a good cooperation and a team. So During our years of coaching and working with executive, we actually been fortunate enough to meet many amazing leaders who have given us inspiration and many lessons on how they become who they are. So with that, I will invite Violetta and Gabor to show up and to start smart panel on how they become who they are today. Let's look some key challenges, opportunities, and decisions we'll need to make, and what our biggest project from the last year shows up. So please share the most valuable insight and best practice from the last year and what we had learned from that.
Yeah, well,
Ladies come first.
of course, always. I didn't even ask. Sorry, Gabor. So basically, we all know, we discussed it a lot from the beginning of last year, what was happening, what is still happening. We had a lot of projects, we had a lot of new experiences, and what we can definitely conclude is that all our clients on the market were facing most definitely different challenges. That's the first thing. There are two groups, I would say, of industries we are still and we were working with. So first, there were industries who were shocked, of course, and who were in the crisis and mostly dealing with crisis management in a sense of budget cuts, in a sense of cutoffs, and so on. And it is still happening all over, not only our region, but globally. On the other hand, we also saw industries which were thriving in the period of the previous year and are still continuing to strive. Those companies were mostly focused on improving, being agile, continuing to be in a matrix organization type of way, to work on flat structure, and mostly were focused on fast internal communication because of the very fast development. On the other hand, the ones which were dealing with crisis management had a lot of challenges, but all the companies needed to and did make a pause. They stopped and they started to rethink what to do now. And what happened? We had a lot of ad hoc projects which were like focusing on, putting the fire down, basically. Some of them, or I would say majority of them, were maybe not so thoroughly thought through. Everyone was trying to do what we can do here and now, on the basis of intuition, on the basis of what was I would say, marketed as current industry trends and so on. But what we have noticed as a similarity in all industries, in all the companies that we are cooperating with, is the fact that the voice of employees is much more significant than ever. That's the first thing. And the second thing, everyone is trying, of course, to retain or to attract the best, the most talented, regardless of whether they are developing or whether they are currently reducing their staffing. So what we saw definitely is this, I would say, shift towards employee-centric culture. So just for a brief moment, even though everyone was shocked, everyone was thinking about business outcome, about outcomes of crisis, but it made us go back to the individual and to the, I would say, heart of the organization, its employee. So I said in this process, there were a lot of trials, a lot of errors, but there were also a lot of successful projects. Maybe I would now give the word to Gabor and talk a bit later about what have you actually learned.
I would like to provoke a little bit more about this people-centric approach, because we hear a lot of leaders that are saying our people are our most important asset, and what we need pandemic to put employee voice first, and created culture where human beings are truly evaluated. And with that, I will ask Gabor.
Uh-huh. So, well, actually, I really wanted to continue this line of thought about, individual or personal insights regarding our best practices, etc., from the last year, because, for example, for me, one of the most important things I've noted was about how stress will affect people, not in terms of, stress and frustration and all the things, but in terms of time. I mean, we all know that COVID hit us somewhere around March with some differences, but it was important for me to see that the real outcomes, how stress really started to impact people. I mean, it was somewhere in June or the end of May. So there is a huge amount of time between something starts, happens, something problematic, and when the effects will coming out regarding people. I mean, we had a lot of coaching sessions in around June and July, short coaching sessions. So focus, not about, 5 or 8 or 10 sessions in a chain, but 2 or 3 maximum. Because that was the time when people had to admit that, okay, this shit, I'm sorry, is still here. We have to live with this. Plus, at the beginning, they had no time to worry, actually. They really had to jump on certain resources, solutions, etc. They had no time to sit down and start crying on things. But later, when all these things were solved at the moment, the stress and all the well-known impact started to come out. And I'm talking about leaders. And I want to join to the way you begin this presentation or webinar, Slaja, because yes, you have mentioned that we are all human beings. So it's not a marketing trick right now and the presentation trick. I really noted that many companies started to accept and believe that leaders are also human beings, not superhuman beings or something like that. I mean, they have also some feelings. It's okay for them to be in stress. And yes, you have to devote time for them. I mean, I had a lot of feedback sessions during this year. Feedback sessions focused on, performance, business outcomes, matching the leadership profile or not, etc., etc. But many of these cases, what I had to do is that I had to chat about certain things, topics about how the pandemic is affecting someone, how he or she is responding to these situations based on his or her personality. So instead of connecting personality and traits and competencies to business, they wanted to talk about personality and pandemic and this linkage. It was much more important for them. And I gave this feedback to many HR departments, and so they realized that also leaders require some time where they can talk about their problems when there is someone listening to their problems. It was important. And yes, it is another learning point, which is also connected to the first one about our stress and when stress will impact you.
And Gabor, look at this. We have a business needs on one side and a people needs on the other side. So crisis hits the budget first. You probably will agree. So let's ask our audience and participant regarding budgets. So Barbie, can we start a poll now? Thank you. Did your budget suffer a hit for this year? So answers is coming. It's obvious what we are having here. So let's put a few seconds more. Okay. So Barbie, thank you. Now sharing poll test. So interesting results. We are having a 75 with a yes and 25 with a no. Majority is suffering in cut budget. So the question is how companies can balance operational efficiency with investment in the selection and development of their leaders, and what can we do with that cutoffs? Violetta?
Okay, yeah. Well, first of all, what we saw, everyone needed, of course, either to cut down budget and basically to be very smart about reformulating it or redefining what are the actual priorities. So what we saw as a must in basically all of the companies and all of the industries is a need for good screening. To prioritize what are the crucial and the most urgent needs. What we noticed is that majority of interventions, development interventions, were targeted towards top management, towards leadership, because of course, basically effectiveness and profit of the companies, they depend on effectivity of their leadership. But we saw a lot of I would say approaches which proved to be not so great, where companies started with providing fixed trainings, fixed skills knowledge trainings, which are not maybe crucial in this moment. Now we need to turn more towards creating a coaching culture, to creating self-awareness, to creating, I would say, more and more presence. In order to be able to do that we need to know, first of all, what are the needs of top management, but also what are the needs of our employees.
What is the best way to find out what is the needs?
To question the pulse, to continuously be in fast, instant communication with employees. There are some tools on the market for that. We have Arnold, it's a chatbot, it's a chat robot, but it's just one of the tools in a solution. So what we noticed basically is one size definitely does not fit all related to the needs of our clients. So we noticed that we need a lot more tailored solutions. Some of them require, for example, Arnold or chatbot or those quick communication with employees. But some of them actually do require first working with a leadership team and switching or shifting that mindset from charismatic leadership, from being, I would say, even autocratic towards humble leadership, towards empathy leadership, and towards, I would say, yeah, coaching and mentoring leadership.
Great. Gabor, a little bit timing out. You have something to add, or you're curious about?
Yeah, a very small something, if I may, how to balance. I mean, an important learning for me is that every company has to focus on the right level of leadership when it comes to trainings or coachings or whatever. I mean, just imagine a company with 1,000 people. There's a CEO on the top. Do you want to coach this person? It will have a budget, and this coach will, reach to. I mean, this person, the CEO, will reach out to 10 other leaders. That's the real effect of the coaching. I mean, how many people will see the benefits of a trained person? In that case, for example, 10. Let's do this ratio, amount of money you have to invest and how many people will receive these good benefits. Or do we have to go one step below, focus on these 10 people instead of the CEO, and maybe they can reach, I don't know, 70 people in the company. Again, there will be a different budget for training 10 people instead of coaching one, but now you can reach 70 people. Is it a much better ratio? So you have to find the appropriate level of intervention and always focus on those people who are usually one level below, because they will be the real receivers if someone is, is trained,
Great.
educated, or has better, skills. So you have to choose the right level, and then this way you can balance between this operational efficiency, etc. Yeah, that's it. That's from my side.
It is very valuable insight on this topic. So it is good to be affect that in that canoe. It's good to affect that engaging person because they will pedaling in a right way. So time is running out very fast. And let's focus. We have another poll to ask our lovely crowd here on what is the hot topics for the 2021 that will continue to be shaped by the global pandemic and resulting economic challenges. So you can put multiple choice on your opinion, and for sure all of these are important things for leadership, but what is the hottest for this year, where to put emphasis? So we are having employee well-being, fostering learning culture, employee happiness experience, digital transformation, mental health care, leadership development and mind shift, using people analytics, optimizing remote work. So I'm very curious to see the results. Let's finishing slowly. Okay, great. So we are having the same results for employee well-being. Majority very close to 70%, and mental health care. And it's very, very important because mental health care is on one side and a well-being is on the other side, Okay, the second one in leadership is leadership development and digital transformation, remote work and design. I would say mostly like previous year. What are your thoughts, Gabor and Violetta?
Well, it is similar to last year, but I think that more emphasis now is being put on mental health than it was at the beginning of the pandemic. And I'm sure that as long as this situation lasts, there would be even more and more need for taking care about the mental health of employees and their families. And I would say, this using people analytics, data analytics and so on, it was very, very hot topic in 2019. But now we see that again, individual, his traits, his well-being is again in the center of attention.
Well, if I may also add something, let me be the devil here. From one side, it was good to see that these topics are the most interesting and important ones, like well-being and mental health, etc. But for me, the real question is whether there will be some actions or not, because just like with environmental safety, it's easy to talk about these things. It is easy to put them on our flags that yes, waving and we are maximized, we are focusing on it. But when it comes to actions and impact, I usually hear silence. It's also a learning point for me from the last year that many people are talking about, employees, their well-being. Oh, they are in a bad condition. Oh, they are suffering a lot. Oh my God, home office. Oh my God, frustration. Oh my God, etc., etc. But when it comes to, spending some money or doing some real actions, then there is sometimes a little silence. So as I said, let me be the devil here. For me, the most important part is the action part, and not just which one we want to choose. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, thank you, Gabor. And most of this, which is said, we can simply put on on a graph that this is a three mainstream how to do it to truly understand environment. And you can, there is a lot of tools outside on the market that you can use for leadership potential, how to assess the competency assessment, 360 survey, chart robots, and etc. So to fostering learning culture and learning agility, you need to put emphasis on your communication, and it's really important now more than ever. And feedback, as Gabor said previously, last year we had a lot of feedback. Resilience, well-being, stress management, learning agility, creative thinking, critical thinking, design thinking, innovation. That is are all topics for the learning. And coaching, fostering coaching and mentoring culture. Individual team coaching, executive, and also you can do it internally and externally. Depends. And the big point with all of these dots, because it's infinitive and it's mind shift. And we need a new words like mindfulness, compassion, attention economy, focus, purpose, happiness, humility. And be sure to remember all these words, because there will be very, very in the center of our work for the further decades, for the sure. So the last thought for today, we would like to leave a little bit more time for your question, and this is maybe some lessons and some highlights from all what we talk about. That the first lesson is to face reality, to start with ourselves, to face the reality with that awareness, self-awareness, self-acceptance, self-leadership. And the other lesson is to focus on what you can impact. And that is very, like Gabor said before, Violetta mentioned, that we have to balance and to be sure to influence those leaders that they have the most impact in the company. And it's very important to not pretend to have all answers, and to focus your attention on the things that you can immediately have an impact as a leader, and that is your people, for sure. That is the first step. The third one, don't be Atlas. Get the world off your shoulders. We also mentioned that. You can get through this alone. You need the people. And this is a great opportunity to strengthen within your team, because the strongest bonds are built in a crisis, for sure. And the fourth one, this is my favorite. It's from actually Niccolo Machiavelli, from The Prince. Never waste the opportunity offered by good crisis, because the challenges we are facing represent the best opportunities to make major changes in our organization. Leadership is a journey. We all change as we go through. And in a rapid changing world with hard changes coming our way, we need leaders to have stable mind and who can respond mindfully, selfless, confidence, kind confidence, and wise compassion. And that gives us hope to see that leaders across the world, across organization, across our work. For sure, we all would like to have leaders like that. So let's see, we have 5 minutes more. Sorry for, we actually have a little time because of the interruption from the beginning, but we are human and we are make mistakes. We are learning from that, and there is things that we cannot actually control. It's outside there. So do we have any kind of question maybe, or something to share with us, or
comment maybe.
Maybe comment. We really would like to share to see your opinion on this or something like that, because we are really living in a time on a period where is the time compressed. So we would like to see that this time on this webinar wasn't your wasted time. That is very, very important, because again, I will say we are in attention economy, and choose your focus very wisely, choose your time very wisely. So hope that this was very useful for you, at least one or two, three things. So do we have any question? I don't see anything.
We were concise and clear, obviously.
So people are impressed, or are, let's just go. Okay, I think that's it. Maybe final words, Gabor, Violetta.
Yeah, I didn't thought about I would say final words, but if I have to close it with something, it's most definitely leadership mind shift. Yeah, and we have few comments. I'm looking forward to or questions.
So it was just a commenting.
Yeah.
No question.
Okay, so definitely, leadership mindset shift. That is the key thing, and also carefully choosing the methods for leadership development and topics for leadership development. So not wasting budgets on what was here previously, but being targeted for the current need.
Great. So people are still here. We finished actually. Thank you all for joining us. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice rest of the day, and be sure we will see soon, because we are going to do this continuously to the end of the year, and sharing our experience, our best practice. And so bye-bye. What to say anymore?
Bye, thank you.